think of sales as being much like a sport, but like a healthy sport where, if played well, everybody wins. The customer feels like they've got a great deal. You feel like you've got a great piece of business, but it requires discipline and some agile thinking, doesn't it? And so, would you say that salespeople kind of have to have a sports mindset?
I think in a sports mindset is definitely important in sales, and I think in teams, much like a sports team, you've got to have people with different skills and different characteristics. But I think the common goal in any sports team is to get the outcome they want, but people go about it in different ways. But I think there's definitely there's two things that sports teams do that I think sales teams should be replicating. One is to think big. Most sports teams have a target at the beginning of the season, and that target is almost certainly a bigger target than they had the previous season. And I think dreaming big and having that ambition is really important. I'd imagine most teams go to the World Cup thinking they've got a chance of winning it, or else why go? And then the second thing is keeping innovative and keeping creative. The sports teams of 5 years ago probably wouldn't be able to compete these days on the same level, and you see that with football managers whose tactics or influence becomes dated. So I think the two things really are having a really a goal that you dream about, and making sure that you keep innovating and keep moving forward. So there's definitely a lot of affinity.
And in terms of mindset and a salesperson's mindset, how important is it that a salesperson in particular, I love salespeople, I love the way that they think, I love the way they challenge themselves, but from your point of view, how important is it that they have a growth mindset where they're willing to do the work on themselves, but also a mind that can be agile and flexible and expansive? Or is it just okay, they can do a good job?
I think, in all honesty, there's probably room for both. But I think the more successful salespeople are people who are always thinking about the next big thing, and moving forward and evolving personally, both in terms of their behavioural skills, but also their technical skills, maybe. And I think somebody who's pretty self-aware of those things and is able to sort of make a plan for themselves or with their managers or their leaders to move forward is really, really important. Yes, there'll always be a place for somebody who is ruthlessly efficient, but is happy where they are. But I think, in my mind, the people who go on to be sales leaders and really great salespeople are the people who push themselves, push their business as well to support them, and have that real appetite to do great things. So there's a sort of stereotypical salesperson, which is somebody who rings a bell or beats their chest when they get a sale. And I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about somebody who can do it in their own way, but equally is very ambitious and gets the buzz from developing and moving forward and keeping learning. And that's the way that you, as an individual, I think, retain motivation. Because sales can be a tough gig sometimes if you're relentlessly knocking on doors that are only either closed or only just ajar. But I think you can motivate yourself by pushing yourself a little bit more and visualizing where you might be in the future. And I think that's what keeps us going.
Mm-hmm.